Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to do image segmentation using MediaPipe in React Native. Now this video is specifically for Android because at the time of this recording image segmentation is not supported for iOS. For next I'll show you guys the output. So as firstly I have one button called pick image. Once I click on it, it opens the Photos app. Now there are 4 different types of TF Lite model for this image segmentation. So first I'm using selfie segmenter, and if I run the app, now the output is little off. So once I pick the image, as you can see, it is little off. I don't know why. Like this is an issue with React Native itself, because I don't face this issue on native Android side. Similarly for this image, as you can see, the output is little off. Basically what it do is it tries to separate the subject from the background. Okay, now I will use some different TF Lite model like deeplab_v3, and the output is more or less the same, so as you can see over here. Okay, next I'm using this hair segmenter, so it colorizes the hair of the person who is in the image. Again the output is little off. And the last one is selfie multiclass 256 by 256, and if I run this, so as you can see, it colorizes the face as well along with the hair. So yeah, now to download this model, first you will have to go to the documentation and you can read about when to use which model. So you can download this model for selfie segmenter, for hair segmenter this one, selfie multiclass this one, and deeplab v3 this one. Now use whichever makes sense to you. So first here, as you can see, I have created a React Native project, so I'll close everything for now. First you will have to, so at the time of this recording the React Native folks have removed the new architecture docs. I don't know why, so unfortunately I can't show you the docs, but I have mostly copy pasted a lot of code from my previous videos. So yeah, so first we will create one turbo module and one fabric module. Turbo module is used for picking image from the Photos app, and fabric module is used for displaying that particular image along with the image segmentation part. First go to Android, go to build.gradle. Here you will have to use 1.9.0 of Kotlin version. Next go to app, build.gradle, and here you will have to update min SDK version to 24 because that is what is required by MediaPipe. Next go to src main. Here create an assets folder and you can drag and drop all your models over here. Next coming back over here, first create a folder called rtn_mypicker. Inside that create a file called package.json, and here again I have copy pasted everything from the docs. Only this name changes, this changes, this changes, and this changes, this one. Everything else remains the same. Next I have created a podspec file. Again I have copy pasted everything from the docs, only this name changes. Next I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file. Again I have copy pasted everything from the docs, only this method name has been changed and this has been changed. Next create an Android folder. Inside that create a build.gradle file. Again I have copied everything from docs. I have updated the build Gradle version to 8.2.0. Compile SDK version is 34. Kotlin standard lib is 1.9.0, and the namespace has been updated as well. Next create all this folder src main java com rtn mypicker. First create mypicker package.kt. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs, only this file names has been changed. Mypicker module, mypicker module, mypicker. Next create a folder called file called mypickermodule.kt, and here I am using a bit of hack. You inside the pick image method I am asking for the internet permission. Now I know internet permission should not be explicitly asked because that is by default given, but I need to use a method called register for activity result, and that can be used only inside an activity, that cannot be used inside a turbo module. That's why I'm using this hack, so that the callback goes back to the main activity itself. So once you do this, you can go to your main activity, just copy all the imports, and here you can see the callback comes over here, and if the permission is granted, I am calling this get content.launch array of image/star, which is the MIME type. So it will open our photo speaker, and this method I have just created so that just a helper method to check whether internet permission was granted or not. And inside register for activity result, once the user picks an image, we get a URI, which I am sending it back to React Native side. Next, I have created an fabric module as well, so RTN my image. First, again create a package.json file. I have copy pasted it from docs. Only this name changes, this changes, this changes. Next, create a podspec file. Again, I have copy pasted it from docs. Only this name changes. Next, I have created a JS folder. Inside that, I have created a TypeScript file. Again, copied it from docs. Only this prop changes, prop name, and this name changes. Next, create an Android folder. Inside that, create build.gradle file. Again, I have copy pasted it from docs. Only updated the build Gradle version to 8.2.0. Then updated the compile SDK version to 34. Namespace to RTN my image. Min SDK version to 24. Target SDK 34. I am using Kotlin standard lib 1.9.0. Here I am using MediaPipe vision dependency for image segmentation. Coil is used for loading image bitmap into an image view, and constraint layout I am using, I will tell you that in a bit. Next, create all these folders. First, create overlay view.kt. Now if you go to the Android folder, if you go over here, overlay view.kt, I have just copy pasted it from the documentation. The reason why we are creating this overlay view.kt file is to draw the image segmentation for our image. So if you want, you can pause the video and just copy paste all this code, or copy paste it from the repo itself. Next, I have created my image package.kt. Again, copied it from docs. Only this name changes. Next, I have created my image.kt, which extends constraint layout. Now the reason I'm using constraint layout, because I want this overlay view as well as image view on top of each other. You can use relative layout as well, but I don't remember the code for relative layout. Then I am using image segmenter. I have set this whatever TF light model you want to use, which you have added inside the asset folder, you can pass it over here depending on your requirements. Then I have set the running mode as running mode.image, and here I have created one variable for image segmenter, which I am initializing it over here. Then I am adding the ID as well as layout params to our constraint layout. I have created a constraint set as well. Then I have assigned an ID to our image view, added it to our constraint layout. Then here I am setting the width and height to our constraint layout, and here I am basically what I am doing is I am assigning the image views top, bottom, start and end constraint to the constraint layout of our constraints of our constraint layout. Same thing, exact same thing I am doing for our overlay view as well, and I am applying our constraint set to our constraint layout. Next, create a file called myimagemanager.kt. Again, you can copy paste all the imports. Again, this has been copied from docs, only this names has been changed. Here I have created a lifecycle scope. This all thing has been copied from docs, only this names has been changed, this as well. And once we get the image URL prop, we convert the URL to a bitmap, and then we convert it to argb underscore 4x8 type. Then we call the scale down method to our bitmap, which I have defined it over here. And here we just use this bitmap image builder to convert our image, bitmap image to an MP image. We pass our MP image to image segmenter.segment, and once the results category mask is not equal to empty, we just pass it to overlay views.set result, and load our bitmap inside our image view with the load method of coil. Next you will have to go to app.tsx, and here you will have to go to the root of your React Native project. You will have to run this command, then you will have to run this command, then you will have to do cd space dot dot. It will move you outside your React Native project, and then you will have to run this command, but instead of rnapp you should write whatever is your project name. So my project name is rnapp over here as well as over here. Similarly you will have to then run this command. Make sure you replace rnapp with whatever is your project name, then cd to android, and here just run this. This will do code generation for Android as well. Also one more thing which I forgot is you will have to go to search for new arc enabled, go to gradle.properties, new arc enabled, make this as true, and inside app.tsx I have added these two imports, and I have created a variable for image URI, and you don't need this, like this was for iOS. You also don't need this because we are only using for Android, right? So once the user picks an image, you get the image URI over here, and here is our button for picking an image. Once we get the image URI, I'm just displaying our RT in my image. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.